Hi, welcome to Between Techie. Till now, we have learnt about different type of applications and parts of the softwares and different kind of servers. So today in this video we are going to learn about build process. And before getting started with build process, we should know about the production environment and different environments we have. Let's get started. So as per the diagram, you can see this is our company side or organization side, and this is completely in the customer side. All right. So in our company side, you can see there are three different servers I have mentioned. First one is you can see the dev environment, where the developers used to access this environment through using some URL, and in that environment they will do they will perform their development activities by writing some codes or whatever. Similarly, there is another environment which is nothing but test environment, where we have the URL and we test engineers used to access this URL for our test server, and we can perform our testing activities in this test server only. As you can see, there is another server which is nothing but called as stage server. This is the stage server which is very similar to the production server. Production server is nothing but this is the highly configured server which is located at the customer's place. Production server is an environment which is accessed by the real users, or you can say end users. It is highly configured since it is accessed by multiple users. It should always be secured since the real users data is stored in this server, which is nothing but production server. For an example, you can say, suppose this is one ICICI bank server, okay, that is the production server we have, and crores of data can be stored in that production server. So there will be one stage server we have in our company which is really very similar as per the production server. That means the software, or you can say the hardware, whatever the data related. So data means it can be like around thousands of data, thousands of records it can save. So this is really very similar to the production server. All right. So usually development team, they are using their system which is uh, uh, very small configuration, which is having very small configuration. All right, like for an example, 4 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk, and a single processor, right? So same like we have the test engineers, they will also have the same kind of systems. But stage server, this is completely different. This is really highly configured. All right, highly configured rather than these local servers. All right, and production server is, this is completely highly configured. Okay, so now as per the process, we'll try to understand. Once the development team will complete their development process, after that the codes will be installed in our test server. So our test engineers can access the test environment through the URL which has been provided to the test engineers. They can perform the functional testing and integration testing in the local servers. Once all these will be completed, then the application or build will be installed on the stage server, which is nothing but this is the similar to our production server. So here in the stage server, most of the companies or most of the organizations used to follow this concept, like they will be performing the system testing in stage server only to avoid confusion or to avoid issues for this production issues. Why? Because without testing on I'll tell you why we are using the similar server with the production server. Because if we directly move the application from smaller environment to highly configured environment, which is nothing but our production environment, we may encounter some issues, right? To cover or avoid these bugs or issues, we do one round of testing on our on an environment which is similar to the production environment. This is called as nothing but stage server. So those issues can be like related to performance, your compatibility, or it can be usability. So mostly to avoid those issues, we need to do the system testing in stage server. All right. So let's see some points. This is process of testing. I have mentioned the whatever I told you. After getting requirements, dev team start development and simultaneously testing team prepare the test documents. Once the application is installed onto the test server, we perform functional and integration testing first. Then the application will be installed into the one more test server, which is similar to the production server, where we will perform one round of system testing, and this process will be continued until and unless the application is stable. All right. So this is all about the environments. Okay. So now we'll see what will be the build process. Okay. Once the developer completed their coding for the application, they will put the codes in the control version tool, and the control version tool creates a separate version name for the entire code. All right. So like in the suppose we are in a sprint or in the middle of our development process. Suppose we have created suppose our development team has created some codes, and they have developed the build, or you can say the developed some codes. So they will be giving that codes to the build tool. Okay. So build tool will be putting those all those codes in the control version tool. So in the control version tool, it will be creating the separate version for that code, whatever the code they have given. Suppose I have given few number of codes now, so that has been suppose mentioned as version number 2, and after 5 minutes, if I'll modify the same code, some values or something, and if I'll give the same code to again to the control version tool, so that will be created automatically another version like version 3. All right. So each and every versions, it seems like it will be the upgraded things for that old one. All right. Whatever the older one we had, so that has been upgraded with some values or some characters or anything. All right. So that is called as new version. So then the build team will access the version codes, and they will convert it into the application, or you can say the software, or you can say the build, by using the build tool. Once the application or build is ready, it will be installed on the test servers. Then the test engineers can start testing by using the test URL. Okay. So I'll show you in the diagram. Suppose this is the requirement we had, and development team will access those requirement, and they have created some number of codes, and they have put the same code in the control version tool, and control version tool will be creating the version for that codes automatically. All right. And then the development team, if the development team will be giving the updated codes, then again the control version tool will be creating the another version automatically, that is nothing but our version 2. All right. So likewise version 3 has been created. Okay. But here build tool, this is the build tool. Okay. And this can be accessed by the build team. So how the build team will work? Build team will access the version 1 and they will compile and compress the code. All right. Once this process will be done, this process approximately takes like around 4 to 5 hours. And once this process will be completed, then the output you can see, like the output will be in the zip file. Okay. Once they will unzip the file, they will be having like .war file, .jar file, and .tar file. So all those .war file, .jar file, and .tar file, they will be installed in the test server. All right. So in our test server, as you remember, I told you we have each and every servers, we have 3 different servers in our single server, right? So likewise in our test server, there will be like web server, application server, and database server. So after unzip the file, whatever the .war file we have, .war, that means war. So .war file, all those war file will be installed in our web servers. All right. And whatever the .jar file we have, all those jar file will be installed in the our application server. All right. And whatever the tar file, that means tabular format files, so all those tar file will be installed on the our database server. All right. So that is how we will be getting the build 1 or build 2 or build 3 likewise. All right. So test engineers, how they will test those builds? So they will be accessing the test server by using the test URL. Then only test engineers can perform their testing on the test servers. All right. So they will they will performing their testing activities according to the requirement. All right. So likewise, again you have the version 2, and build team will be compile and compressing those version 2, and they will create the zip file, and they will unzip that file, and they will install the build 2 for version 2. Likewise version 3, they will compile and compress, and they will give the build as B003 for version 3. Okay. So this is all about the build process we have. All right. So I think this much is really very helpful for you, and if you feel so, please like, comment, share my channel, and please do not forget to press the bell icon for subscribing my channel. And please be connected with B20 for getting new updates and newly updated newly added videos, so that will be getting more knowledge on that. Thank you.